Alright, I'm streaming.
Pearson, I can't emote.
Oh my god, I hate Watch Dogs so much. Okay. So I'll just go ahead and like delete a profile here.
Perfect.
Yeah. Let's start playing a good game. Let's stop playing a bad and start playing a good. Rogue Legacy. But we're just gonna keep talking about how incredibly shitty Watch Dogs is.
Like, holy shit.
How do you
so
end
bad.
on a QTE that you don't have like a reaction time to? Just a TE, really? Just an event. Just a thing.
Yeah, Jordan said that. Just an event, a button press.
Just a thing. Don't worry about it. No big deal.
God, there's just no gravitas to like anything that happened in that entire last episode.
I cannot get over the DeadSec reveal. That is just my favorite thing now in games. Like, we have this grand, you know, foreboding, you know, fucking presence that's been there throughout the entire game.
In the shadows, kind of vaguely connected to things.
Yeah, like they sent, you know, Clara, and you kind of got one of their most important people killed, you know, like that happened.
I guess.
All sorts of shit. And then just we're DeadSec. We're here to fucking let us in so we can fucking be the guys. No, I think you're as bad as I am. All right, well, see you in the sequel, piss boy. Bye. Like, that was the end.
Okay, so aside from them just getting turned down completely, the thing I love is how much they're just like, oh, all we need is 30 seconds, and it's like repeated like 5 times.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
He's like,
Called DeadSec because they're only in the game for a single second.
oh my god. And then they're dead. They're gone. They're just out of the game
for 30
entirely.
You know what I fucking love about that whole thing too is like the TV screens are really clearly set up for that. Like the whole level is clearly set up for that encounter with DeadSec, but because of the level itself is so badly designed, you run up through there once, like walk up to it and it's like, oh nope, this doesn't work now. You go away, do things for like half an hour, and then you come back to this exact same spot, and suddenly it's like, oh hey, DeadSec.
So Hinata points out something that was like, if we want to talk about things that were grievously just like either underutilized or in this case just not, they demonstrated and explained that the fucking DeadSec, or you know, all the people, they have this horrifying ability to like predict the future enough that they can fucking like,
yeah, there's that whole algorithm thing.
yeah, where they can like subliminally convince a man that his wife is cheating on him and that he should fucking divorce her. But then what do they do with that?
Yeah,
whatever. That's not crucial. That's
Aiden's
not
like,
important.
yeah, I guess I'll take that.
Oh my god. Also,
Just,
that was a really good first
it can't
life.
belong to anyone else.
Yeah.
It's too dangerous.
Yeah, what the hell? Oh my god. It was so bad. Everything about it.
It is such a mess of a game in every way.
I can't handle any of the things that happened in that game.
How do you take a concept of you're a computer wizard and fuck it up that bad?
Well, I could understand them, like, not having anything to do with the computer wizard thing. Like, how do you apply the Ubisoft open world thing so completely, like, completely by the numbers, completely terribly?
How do you make a game so effing boring? It's so fucking basic. Like, you have the world to do. You can just do whatever with that. Like, and the thing too is there's so many moments where I'm like, God, this would be so cool in a game that was not Watch Dogs. Was just
this would be so cool if the
hey,
person who originally thought of this had total control over it and like was not mandated to make this an open world mission.
God,
also, like
yeah.
the whole finale, which is like a cool set piece. That even that is fucked up horribly.
The world is being hacked around you because your friend just got what is equivalent to like, you know, hacker god powers, and then just it's just kind of steam pipes just kind of pop around you occasionally, you know.
Also said friend calling your phone every 5 seconds.
Yeah, instead of
like to like read you off a section of John Galt.
Hey, what? Hey, Aiden, fuck you. All right, thanks, man. Bye. I got him. Like, it was like someone doing really shitty prank phone calls all the time.
I gotta say though, like, what's his fuck? Damien is like the perfect milquetoast villain for Aiden's milquetoast anti-hero.
Oh my god.
Like they're both huge edgelords that have no idea what they're actually doing, but really want to be cool.
The part that kills me so much.
Damien, I want to destroy the city because I'm a cripple. Actually, I just have a
Oh
bum
my
leg.
god. That was so fucked up, too. He's just like, hey, why do you want to destroy
Damien
the city?
clearly
'Cause I
had
can't,
some
like,
sort of
walk, I
worse
guess.
injury.
It's like, what?
Yeah, Damien clearly had some sort of way worse injury in the original version of this, like in the original story piece for his character. Like, there is absolutely no way someone said, this man walks with a cane, and now he wants revenge.
Yeah, like, that. It's just nowhere near enough of a thing to justify the kind
And
of
it comes in
response he
so
gave.
late, too. Like, it's sort of just, like, out of nowhere, by the way, I'm evil because I'm crippled.
It's just such a fucking... such an
it's
uncomfortable
literally just
thing
one
to
of the-
have as that, not because of like,
Yeah.
like it's
You
just
know,
really
frankly,
fucked up to have your like villain's
that-
motivation be like, he has a health problem. You made me think
That
about
barely phased me out of like the other 50 way more fucked up things that they just kind of do to be edgy as hell in that game.
Oh god, the privacy invasions. Like, they're supposed to make you uncomfortable, but they're so fucking bad at it.
Oh god, they're comedically bad. Much like
They're like just
Watch Dogs in general. It's comedically shit.
There was one that legit made me feel bad because I just had that sort of thing of like, and it was the one where they're calling like the grandfather and he's dead.
yeah, but it's exactly like awe because this is what they're doing, rather than awe because this is like, you know, a shocking or interesting moment. It's like, oh, I can't believe
cheap.
these people.
Is kind of
Yeah,
the
exactly. I
thing.
can't believe this game is doing this.
Yeah, that's kind of where it was.
It really is.
Oh yeah,
Like,
oh yeah. The anime award might be one of the best ones.
Oh my
No,
god,
this
you mean
is
like,
not the figure I.
oh my god, that one is awesome. That one is so good. Now the question is, do I be a lazy piece of shit and lock down the castle?
Oh, and of course, there's
Yeah, I do.
Edgy Grandma.
Yeah, Edgy Grandma. was
Everybody
pretty
loves
good.
Edgy Grandma.
Yeah. God, though, what a fucking ending, man. Like, there are two things I will never be able to get over about that ending, and both of them are that it was, like, not even a real QTE. They couldn't even get it to be a QTE right. Like, how the fuck?
But there was nothing in that scene that was interesting at all. Like, fucking Damien just standing there monologuing like, this is the symbolism of you walking up an elevator.
Oh my god, I love
Like,
to
oh
just,
my
it's the
fucking
widow's
God.
walk. Well, I'm an uncle. Well, like, okay, but imagine if the script was still, you were not an uncle.
Well, I'm an uncle.
The
so
widow's
fucking
walk. It feels so like, oh, what was it? It was like it feels so conclusion-y or something. Like that was a long
literally,
time.
that's basically what Damien said there. It feels like the conclusion.
He's like,
This game is about to end. What a ride it's been, right?
oh my god, I'm getting ruined on the RNGs here. But, god, it was just so
Feels
bad,
almost
too.
like, you know how like Rick and Morty season 2 ends with Mr. Poopy Butthole just sort of being like, oh boy, hoo-wee, how are they gonna get out of this one?
Oh no, how's Rick gonna get out of this one? Oh, coming to season 2, guys. Oh, it's me, Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Like, that was literally that, but played straight. Was fucking Damien's monologue there.
Holy shit. I hate Watch
Ooh-wee.
Dogs. Ooh-wee, guys sure do wonder how Aiden's gonna get out of this one. Yeah, the DedSec reveal was just so...
he's just gonna throw Jordy off the off the fucking lighthouse.
God,
and Jordy's fine. Don't worry about him.
Yeah, too. That too.
I like
Jordy just fell off a fucking
needed to
lighthouse,
have
and he's
that
just like,
call.
he's like, oh, it's okay. I'm like, I'm tough. What? I'm just tough. Whatever.
No, it literally is like, so how you doing? Bleeding.
Yeah. Like, I actually would have given them a little credit if A, Jordy actually had a real character, but B, if Jordy had, like, worked with him and they had established some sort of trust and the end had been, like, a double cross kind of thing. Like, I could have gotten behind that. But no, it was just, Jordy's working for Damien now for the next 10 seconds.
I don't even
Honestly,
know
could
if
I
he was
get a
working
timer?
for Damien or was just, like, gonna kill somebody. Like, I don't even know. How do I even explain that right? Like, he's just like, sorry,
No, he was
guys,
like-
it's a contract. And it was like, but for who? Like, was he gonna kill both of them?
Wait,
Yeah,
I had
exactly.
forgotten. I had forgotten the fucking like.
It was
piss
almost
baby,
like an interesting double cross, but it absolutely wasn't.
the
Yeah.
like this baby like not gonna really kick the gun away thing he did. That's
Yeah.
I'm not gonna kick the gun over to you.
God, Aiden is the worst.
Aiden is so fucking terrible. Also, I will say, the way that Chip edited the final episode was absolutely fantastic
Oh my
and
God,
more interesting
yes.
and creative than anything else. So, sorry, the final like actual gameplay episode,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
where he does the digital trip thing.
Oh my God, the digital
Because-
trip into fucking, oh, it was so good.
Yeah, just the exploding car. Like that was so perfect because it was perfect for this game too. You know.
Speaking of another confusing thing, that fucking digital trip, because I like to think that like that was just the VOs like pent up everything for the entire game, like not allowed to emote for an entire
Am I allowed to
40
emote
minutes.
now? Yeah, just go ahead.
Just
go
get it
ham.
all out, buddy. Just get it all out right now.
Do you think that there was a specific person, like the voice? Do you think the voice director was hired on this thing to be like, no, Aiden, no, darker, gruffer, no, rougher? You know, Aiden's a real bad character. You know, you gotta really, no, more. Stop, like, you know, with the emotion and stuff. Aiden's a tough guy.
No, I think they just got the same person who did Other M.
The baby. My niece. The baby.
My niece.
My niece. Lena's not coming back because she's literally dead.
Nikki's never coming back.
Oh, right, and then they fucking kill Clara on Lena's grave, and it's supposed to be like, it's supposed to mean, I don't know, literally anything?
It just ends up being really weird.
Yeah, and you just have a shootout in a graveyard. Well,
And-
this is
Oh
uncomfortable.
my God. Thank you, Chip, by the way, for making me pay attention to how many fucking times Aiden gets shot in the face.
You got shot in the head, yeah. I never would have noticed that.
Holy shit, it's like 20 times.
Fucking aimbots, baby.
Holy shit.
You don't understand. Aiden lost 2 not daughters.
Yeah.
But yeah, the
was
whole
Clara
Clara
supposed to be
situation
like
was
his love
creepy as
interest? Was
fuck.
she T-Bone's love interest? Was she like replacement
Yeah,
niece daughter? What?
Yeah, they really could not figure out what they were going for with anything Clara was doing. It's like, oh, she's evil. Well, let's just kill her off before she actually, like, you know, gets redeemed or anything.
Also, yeah, Clara got like shot in the shoulder and died instantly.
Yeah, and then Aiden got shot in the head 10 times. Yeah, literally, what was the point of Clara? Like, let's consider her entire story arc.
Okay, let's think
and
about how
recognize that
Clara
she's
could
about
have...
as consequential as Jordy.
Clara could have just been T-Bone. And then
Yeah.
it would have been fine. Like, they could have just rolled those characters together. Just be like,
Yep.
I am also, I am the guy who's gonna help you hack. Also,
Yeah, I'm the guy who's gonna help you hack. I also hate CTOS because they fucked me.
I
And
also punched you in the
could have even
face,
slowly.
making me the
Yeah.
best character in the game because I was the one who was willing
Yeah, that
to
was
hit
pretty
you.
much the best cutscene when he fucking punched you and threw you out a window.
What a good character. So I guess real quickly
Fucking
for people who don't know
T-Bone.
about Rogue Legacy, which is a quite excellent.
Yeah,
game.
go ahead and talk about that, I guess.
Yeah,
it's
just
really good.
Just gather your thoughts for a second, guys. But bring it in, guys.
Auto.
Rogue Legacy is excellent. It's Smite was talking about it earlier today, which is why I'm now playing it again.
That's fair.
It's kind of like a roguelite, whatever game. But the way it works is just your character at the beginning, you get a selection of 3 of them, and they have different things. This person is pretty basic. They just have baldness is the only thing they have that really affects them at all. But like one of them we played as so far had color blindness, one had PAD, peripheral arterial something or other. It basically means you don't set off spike traps on the ground.
So basically, there is no footbeat, there's no heartbeat down in your feet, and that means that spike traps don't go. So it's like all of these traits were thought up and like made it so that you can avoid traps or will hit traps even worse in interesting ways.
Or have
So it's actually really cool.
Or have the worst experience of your life and accidentally pick a character with vertigo, which means the whole screen is upside down always.
Yes, exactly.
and-
Well, it's like there's so many fun and
Always
interesting
select
traits.
Vertigo. You select Vertigo once the entire time you play the game. And you go,
Yep.
what the fuck is
But
Vertigo?
the best part about the
Thinking,
game-
oh, no!
The best part about the game that I wish like other games would take is dying is not a huge deal in Rogue Legacy because you take all of your money back with you to buy upgrades or power-ups. Like I just spent money to get 2 runes, a double jump rune and a dash rune, which is forward or back once, and upgrade my strength and stuff. But you do have to give all your money up to Charon, whatever, to go back in the castle, and then it randomly
Chiron,
generates.
if you want to get super technical.
Huh?
Chiron, if you want to get super technical.
Yeah. Scylla and Charybdis, yeah, sure, whatever. But the thing is, so you build up all these stats over time, and you can get all sorts of upgrades. There's a bunch of trees and stuff. There's even one that makes you not have to give up 100% of your money, so eventually you can like build up money over time. And the whole goal is get through the 4 pieces of the castle, which again are kind of randomly, pseudo-randomly generated. And defeat the boss at each of them, and then defeat the 5th pentultimate boss, or just the ultimate actually, because they're post-game
I was gonna say
stuff.
5th pentultimate boss.
Well, it's because there's like weird post-game stuff now, but it's not even post-game; it's like side game. But yeah, so it's pretty sweet. It's a really tight platformer that does a lot of kind of simple-ish ideas really well.
Yeah, it feels really fantastic to play.
It really does, and it's got some tricky shit to do. There's some tricky things.
One of the many games that were coming out during the Rogue craze, which is still going on, that actually did a lot of it right.
Yeah. It's definitely just a game you could spend an afternoon playing the shit out of and really enjoying.
Or you could be Smite and have the world record for quite a while. For speed running this game. Every record, including the one that he was like, he really didn't want to do, but there were people on YouTube getting sassy with him about it, being like, oh, well, it's like, I have the world record, I beat the game in like 6 minutes, and he's like, well, that's because you ground up to max stats on New Game +1, like, that's not the record I'm doing. And so eventually Smite was like, fine, fuck you, kid, and like, went and built it all up, and then beat the game in like, the kid's record was like 7 minutes or something, and Smite beat it in like 2.5 or something ridiculous. He was like, he's like, fuck you, get out of my home.
Beautiful. Stop messing with my pots and pans.
Yeah, fucking, what are you doing? But it's pretty unforgiving, it's pretty difficult. There's a large learning curve. Some of the bosses,
and it's kind of built around being difficult like that.
The bosses are hard, but thankfully they're the one thing that stay consistent.
Right.
Yeah, and stay dead.
Other than like your upgrades and everything.
Yeah. It really gives you that feeling of permanent progress, along with the feeling of permanent progress that comes from just building up a character.
Yeah, and sometimes you get things you don't want, like, oh no, I don't like mages, and I have 2 mages. One of which has a really good trait, which is if you break random objects, you gain MP back, which is really good. Gay, which is actually gay is the best trait because it affects nothing unless it's the last person you beat the game with. Because then it shows like in the ending cutscene, it'll be like with another guy or with another girl if it's, you know, female character you end the game with. That's literally the only thing it changes, and it's awesome. And gigantism.
Yeah, there's so many little
sucks.
weird traits like that.
My favorite.
Let's make my hitbox way bigger.
Yeah, my favorite series of like posts ever when this game first came out was this like whole long game facts post of like, what does the gay trait do? I can't figure it out. Like I've done a bunch of experiments. It seems like they're exactly the same as any other character. And the next post was, that's the point.
Yep. That's like, yeah, you literally got it. They are exactly the same as the other characters. That is kind of the whole point there. Is that being gay actually does not change how the character plays at all.
Yeah. So
Luckily,
weird.
I got scythes, which I do like. I like scythes a lot.
Yeah.
Oh god, I just thought about how bad Watch Dogs is. Ran into a spike.
Yeah, so can I just say that game needed one villain. One villain. They could have made them
like 6.
Who all were the villains? I can't even tell you.
Yeah, all right. Let's just get a whole fucking list going.
There's Iraq.
Oh yeah,
let's just start early and small.
Okay.
Jess, you got Maurice, you got Iraq.
Yeah, Maurice, who you immediately conquer and then keep hostage in your home?
As a pet
stadium?
for the whole game.
And have someone torture regularly? Like, you just have Jordy just fucking him up on occasion. Like, whenever Jordy gets bored, he's like, hey, honey, I'm home. And the guy's like, oh, no.
Yeah. And it's all supposed to make you feel like, oh, this Jordy guy's so fucked up. It's a good thing Aiden is so level and balanced. And then you just make a really loud fart noise.
Also, no chat, Bedbug was never a villain. He was a victim.
Bedbug was just a dude who fell in with bad people.
Yeah, Bedbug literally had like calls from his grandma, and she was like, yo, he's like, yo, I'm sorry, grandma, no, it's fine, I'm doing fine, don't worry about it, grandma. Like, he was a sympathetic character. But sure enough, no.
There's Clara is technically is technically evil because she sold you out. There's Damien, who is just, you know, king shit. The perfect villain.
Too. Wasn't Clara supposed to be like, oh, well, you're willing to, you know, forgive and forget and let her be back in your life and stuff. But then she just dies before you get a chance.
She just gets shot.
Like, Aiden's
but long before you ever have the chance.
Yeah, like Aiden's like, maybe I feel bad about Clara, and then just like, no, she's just gone. Like, she's dead already.
Yeah, Aiden's like, Clara, it's okay, you don't have to say sorry. But like, they never actually make up. It's just him being tall and gruff and being unable to feel things, you know? Like, they could have actually had a real reckoning between the two of them, where it's like, you know, Clara, you fucked me. But they never have that. Like, he's just automatically forgiven her for all of this.
Okay. One thing that is super excellent, I got the trait that I really like, one of them, stereoscopic, or I think it's stereoscopic blindness, I think is what it's called. I can't remember the exact name.
And you only see in 2 dimensions.
Stereo blind, yeah.
In this 2-dimensional game.
Yeah, so you become a Paper Mario, and so do every enemy. So you can't see them on turning
It's
around.
fantastic. There's
It's
just
such
like,
a good,
literally nothing
such
except
a good
that.
visual joke.
Yep. Stereo blind, yeah.
Also, guys, don't forget Default.
Oh yeah, Default was in this game.
Oh my god, I forgot we killed Deadmau5.
Except you didn't actually kill Deadmau5 because he was arrested later.
Oh,
You did not canonically kill Deadmau5.
And then it's the focus of the DLC.
Is what, we killed Deadmau5?
No, Deadmau5 is the villain of the DLC that you play as
It's T-Bone, right?
Yeah, T-Bone. I was gonna say pork roll.
Yeah, pork roll.
That's such a good name.
Oh, I managed to get it. Holy shit. That, I was really dumb and took way too long. Also, good. I got one of the best rooms in the game right off the bat. Holy shit, that's nice. Oh, that's gonna be lovely.
I know in 10 seconds I know in like 5 years, no one is going to give a fucking shit about Watch Dogs, but can I just say how immediately fucking dated making the evil hacker be literally Deadmau5 is going to be?
Can we talk about how dated it was making one of your collectibles memes?
Yeah.
Collectible memes! Sorry, I can't.
And fucking QR codes. Actually, no, for that matter, the QR codes too, which was actually like a sort of interesting game mechanic, but then also it's fucking QR codes. Who gives a shit?
Man, it was kind of a neat idea when Fez did it. How long ago was that? Like, fuck. Like a while. Also, God, I hate Damien. Like, the fact... I still...
Damien is
bugs me
the
deeply.
worst villain to go along with Aiden's worst protagonist.
And they made a... God, why does his motivation just have to be, I'm crippled? Like, that's so fucked up on so many levels. That's not
It's
okay.
literally... I absolutely guarantee you that when they drew up his character, he was in, like, a fucking wheelchair with a scarred to shit face and some stuff. And then at some point in the game, someone was like, no, make him a cripple. You know, they're like, no, just give him a cane.
Well, yeah, hold up. Apparently somebody in the chat is unaware of this. One of the collectibles in Watch Dogs is you go up to billboards and change them from advertisements to memes.
The
Yep.
memes.
So many memes. You can do so much with dated memes in Watch Dogs. Like, if the people who said that this has to be in the game had any idea what memes actually were, they would understand what a fool's errand trying to put, like, literal memes in your game are. Like, if anyone had a shred of creative dignity above the managerial level on this game, they would have told people, spend like a week coming up with stupid memes you think could exist in this world. And then they might have actually gotten something that turned into a real meme. But instead they were like, nah, just put Doge memes.
Here you go, I found one.
God.
Or fucking Icon has cheeseburger. Yeah, that's the fucking like billboards and traffic
Oh, you
signs
mad,
and
bro? Is
shit
the
that you
worst
can put
one,
in.
too. Oh, you went right to the heart of the matter.
I am in fact mad, bro.
I'm quite upset at your fucking tasteless inclusion.
Well, yeah, and it's exactly that, like, they could have come up with their own meme for this, but they didn't, and it just comes across, like, so, like, oh, I remember when that was an actual joke. See, someone took that awful screenshot and made it better.
Yeah.
Frankly, if Aiden was literally Doge, this game would have been better.
Those being
Like,
games
if
that are
every
better.
single one of Aiden's lines was, wow, such daughter, much murdered, it would be a better game.
Right, here you go. The pinnacle. All the memes.
So I want everybody to know
Every meme in the game.
one of my favorite parts of the patch list, because Rogue Legacy was in development for, quite a while, or not really in development, but they like,
Right.
improved it and added stuff in. One of the major
Active
improvements
development.
they made was originally the jukebox would only play for as long as you were in the room, but then they patched it
Yep.
so it stays as long as you're in the area, which is unfortunate because I found this one right at the edge of the area, and I really...
You're about to leave.
I was like, oh god, I really just want to listen to Lamprey because Lamprey is so good, and in fact, I'm just gonna go
There's so much
explore.
awesome music in this.
I'm just gonna go explore a different part of the castle so I can enjoy Lamprey without getting killed by Alright,
Nice.
here's the no looking challenge, which is why it's always good to have a backdash rune, and oh, I slid past it. But I got it. If you touch it without looking at it,
Right.
you get it. So that's, bring a backdash rune and just slide backwards up to it. Moonwalk at it.
Yeah, these are some of the easier fairy chests.
Wait, which one's haste?
Haste is... I can't remember if that's dash or just move faster at all times. That's a good
I
smite
want to say
question,
it's
but-
just move faster, but I don't really
Oh yeah,
remember.
it just moved faster. I remember specifically because whenever I would roll ninja, it would become completely unplayable.
Yep. Yep.
Oh god, if you want to watch something great, just watch Smite do runs of this game, because one of the things is he will always rush to try and get a Naruto as fast as he can, because on top of them being ridiculously uncontrollably fast, which is, right in his playbook,
Right.
almost more
The whole
importantly-
point of what he's doing.
Yeah, more importantly than that even is, what is this room? Bye. So more importantly than that, is
You eventually, yeah.
yeah, but they do like 20
Bullet
times,
hell!
They do like 20 times as much damage or some shit. It's like an obscene amount of damage
Yeah,
inflation on
they're
these shinobi's.
completely ridiculous if you can ever remember how to, like, if you can ever figure out how to play them.
They are the
Yeah, I just took
glassiest
off,
glass
I love
cannons.
them. I just took off all my haste runes.
Yep.
Yeah, they're just like supremely glass.
And I do
cannons.
fucking love the Naruto headband. Like, I know
I'm
we've
so
just been having a talk about, like, stupid memes and games and stuff like
It's
that,
not even a
but...
meme. It's just like a really funny inclusion that they just like really went all in.
Yeah,
on their
it's like-
memes.
a mild reference. It's just sort of there on their head. You know, it's a way to do it that doesn't feel like so intrusive, as opposed to like, oh, you just memed.
Oh,
up
you
a
mean
billboard.
slamming it on a fucking billboard? You mean not that? I mean, not literally having a billboard screaming a meme at you as you drive by? Hey, do you like
I mean,
memes?
literally having a billboard that says, "Do the truffle shuffle" on it.
Hilarious, hilarious. Oh, that Aiden's such a prankster.
But
And like, once
Yeah.
again, if you want to talk about like a character and everything like that, why would Aiden be doing that?
Yeah, Aiden is not a memer. Aiden is definitely not an epic memer in
I'd
any
like
sense.
to point out too, the way they got you, quote unquote, got you, the way they made you decide to hate Deadmau5 was by having him over meme. They had him viciously
Yeah.
over meme.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
their,
look at this over memer.
that was their like
Wow, you know he's evil because he's a memer.
that was their MMO to, or their MMO, their MO to make you
That was their MMO.
That was their
That was
MMO.
literally their MMO.
God, what was his name again? Default. Yeah.
Default. Yeah.
No,
No, it's you
default.
could not make
Default.
a more Deadmau5 like
default.
per character
Got it.
if you tried.
Yeah,
Default, but misspelled in a kind of memey way.
I have the picture.
Def alt. Oh yeah, Uber pwned, courtesy of Default. Oh, by the way, I'm gone like 10 minutes in the story from now.
Oh my god, cut my balls off and throw them in a river. I never want to do anything again because Uber pwned.
I literally exist for the sake of adding one mission, and because we couldn't fit the Clara reveal anywhere else, quote unquote reveal.
Yeah, what was that even about? Like, oh, Clara's bad actually. Like, what? What?
Yeah. Oh, it turns out Clara is bad. It's just like all of it is handled so fucking poorly. Just like every sort of thing in Watch Dogs that is meant to make you feel something is executed in the most slapdash, ham-handed bullshit way.
Okay, so
It's incredible.
okay, so akin to Super Godzilla being a celebration of what good can we extract from this awful trash. Let's talk about our favorite things in the LP, because Chip managed to make fucking Watch Dogs enjoyable, which is in and of
I
itself
can tell you.
an incredible feat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we already
Yes.
mentioned my new favorite moment of the whole thing, which was the fucking bouncy digital trip into the car. Like,
Oh
Yeah,
my god,
yeah.
that was
The perfect edit.
and that was so well
Perfect
planned
edit.
too. Just like I'm gonna save this until what's supposed to be the most like emotional moment of the game. Like,
Right.
no.
This is supposed to be Aiden at his lowest moment. Woohoo! Yeah!
Is-
Whoa! Oh god, are Hermes boots the ones that mean I can step on spikes? Well, when we find out. Yup, sure are. Okay, cool. I can't remember. If it,
which is funny because somebody was talking
it
about
only
this in the
works straight
chat.
down spikes, not sideways spikes. Uh-oh.
Right, yes, because they're boots. That makes sense.
Gotta turn the boots on, Morty.
Gotta turn them on first.
Favorite moments from the LP? Any of the invasions.
Yeah.
I was gonna
that's
say,
fair.
yeah,
Like,
the multiplayer
fucking
invasions.
dude with the super sniper rifle on the drawbridge.
Oh my god. I don't know. I think my favorite of the invasions might be the one where Chip was glitched inside of a building when they came in.
Yep.
Just
That was actually another one that I was gonna mention. The entire inside a building sequence was beautiful.
oh my god, every time he went to a zone of where he was clearly not supposed to be was just bueno.
Yeah, he can do those whole things so well.
Oh god.
So here's a question.
I do. Sure.
Would you say Watch Dogs is like the Sonic 06 of open world games?
I mean, Sonic 06 is sort of the Sonic 06 of open world games.
Sonic 06
and Watch Dogs isn't nearly as much of a buggy, terrible mess. It's just like
bland.
a mess.
It's like a flavorless paste.
Yeah, like even in Sonic 06, it's sort of funny to watch the glitches and like, oh look, the game is literally unbeatable now, as long as you're not the one playing it. This is sort of just like, wow, why did they do that? Wow, why did they do that?
I think, oh god, other redeeming qualities. Ironicus being very aware of all of Chicago as someone else who lived
Chicago
in
facts.
Chicago and like grew up very, very close to Chicago and like one of the more
Chicago
hidden burbs.
adjacent.
Yeah, Calumet City when it was not the best place to be. That I appreciated all of that greatly because there were so many times too where I was like, the fuck is wrong with this? Like, what's wrong with Comiskey Field right now?
Right.
And then he's just like,
yeah, I can't wait for there to be an open world game like this in New York, just so that I can like have that same experience.
it's so weird too because like you'd think there would be more in Chicago and New York, but the problem is they just slack off and are like, it's Neo New York, close enough. Like, how many
it's
Statue
a pretty
of
large
Liberty-
undertaking.
Yeah. How many Statue of Liberty analogs
Like the only
have
game
you
I can
seen?
think of that takes place in actually New York is like Spider-Man 2 on like the PlayStation 2. Which is not nearly as terrible a game as it feels like it should be.
Yeah, I remember Spider-Man 2 being, for the time, passable.
Being like, the web slinging is actually a fun experience in this game, which is
so-
like not what I would necessarily expect from this.
I know you guys have heard this analogy from me probably 10,000 times because I make it all the time because I feel like it is 100%
I love hearing analogies
correct.
from you.
Watch Dogs is to me is like what Bubsy was for 90s mascot platformers. It's that to open world games. Like it is the most designed by committee piece of shit. Like everything about it just screams like
everything about it screams 5 people worked on this one bit.
Yeah, or like oh god, still the ending credits where
And
they fucked
no
up
one
at the
ever
last
talked.
second. The last second fuck up was amazing. Like right at the end credits, there's this whole problem where there's like a miscommunication of do we call Aiden like just the vigilante or is he the fox or do we keep his name like hidden the whole time?
Segment, the two video segments where it's like, I actually knew Aiden Pierce, the vigilante, and then literally like the very next video was the fox. Is he a good vigilante? Like. Someone so clearly made each of those cutscenes, like 2 different people made those cutscenes at completely different times in development, and someone, like a third person entirely, was told by a 4th person that they have to put both of these in the credit sequence. Like, that's literally the series of events that created that, like, fake credit sequence thing with all the news stories.
Yeah, god, so much of that game just fucking reeks of a bunch of people sitting around a table deciding. Like, it just feels
and, like the
a
other thing,
game. People that, like, there was no
I blame
artistic
management
license.
for, like... I blame management for basically all of this. Like, I won't shit on the individual work done by most of the people, like, because in individual pieces, most of this game is pretty competent. Like, any open world game's gonna have lots of stupid shit in it, like glitchy shit, because that's just the nature of the beast. But, like, everyone doing their best job on a project that has absolutely no, like, vision, no cohesion anywhere.
Of parts. Yeah, nothing fits.
Like, it's not, this is what happens. You know, it's a competently enough made game where everything just feels wrong.
Also, speaking of by committee last minute things, you have to imagine that literally it was like, as I think somebody said in the chat, like our chat, like a week the game was going out and they're like, so how's that morality system coming in?
The what now?
The morality system. We don't.
I made a nice bar for it and
no,
everything.
Yep, it's there. Yep.
You put this in the game, right?
Yeah, we have it. Yeah, the literal, not even last second. That's what's so incredible to me is not
Oh,
only,
it was a post-credit scene!
it's a post-credit scene. It's, the game is already done, and then they're like, oh shit, right, morality. And so then, like, at the last second, you just have Aiden being like, I guess I'll kill this guy. Like,
And see, here's the other fucked up thing. Like, it's you're evil either way. Like, it's fucked up to let this man live. It's also just fucked up to kill this man. You have just fucked up. Like, everything about the Maurice situation is fucked up.
Fun fact, I found a picture.
Oh no, a picture.
There you go.
what does it say? I can't read it.
No, it's the final choice.
It's literally the moral choice. It's literally, this is the entire morality system in watch_dogs right in one image. And it's like, there's also like individual pieces that I know I would like in other games. Like, I was talking in the Discord chat before, like how every mission starts on a surveillance camera. That could have been a really cool, really artsy thing. But it's in this game, and it sucks. I mean, the individual moment, it's fine, but it doesn't lend anything because it's not like the game ever makes any sort of statement with it, you know?
No.
It's this like, I don't even have a good word for it.
No, it was a confusing thing that I literally noticed in like the last maybe 15 minutes of the final video. Did you notice that the mini-map is in 3D?
Yeah.
Yes. Only in the final video. I agree. It was when he was leaving after the DedSec moment. That was the first time this entire game that I noticed that the minimap was in 3D. Yes.
That was the exact moment for me too.
I never saw that before either, and I remember just being like, "Oh, that's a 3D. Oh, that's kind of neat."
Also, the fact that the final, like the supposed first final base of the villain is fucking Trump Tower.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's so
That's
good.
just a nice touch.
It's such a good little touch.
Oh god, and it's like, in a better game, that would actually be something that you would commend them on, you know? Like,
Any game but
in a
Watch
game,
Dogs, man.
you could believe, like, there are probably games where I could totally believe they would actually make a joke like that, but that would require the game to have cojones, and if there is one thing I will literally never say, it's that Watchdog has balls.
Watch Dogs is
Watchdog.
so milquetoast in everything it does. Like, fucking
In
how
every
is
fucking way.
how is a game so inconceivably milquetoast, so milquetoast that they turn down?
I am so looking.
They're turning down. Look, they turn down the like wife and daughter thing to niece and sister because it's a little much. It's a little much for them to be related, I guess. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it makes literally no sense that she's his sister.
It was, yeah, like that was the one thing that my mind always kept going back to. It's just like, why aren't they brother? Like, why did they change that?
Yeah,
and it's. I feel like someone was just like, okay, the whole wife thing. People will be like, oh, that's a little cliche. But sir, we've already done like hours and hours of work on this. Like this character Nikki, she exists already. Yeah, but people will just say it's so cliche. We should change it. Like, that is the only way that I can imagine it turning out the way that it turned out.
Like, there's a lot of confusing things. Like, they tried to make it a unique game with a couple of the things, and then we're just like, but at the same time, you have guns and hacker vision, like hacker time. Sorry, you have slowdown. Like,
fucking bullet time. Yeah, like any of the like run and gun type missions. The way Chip was always like, boy, this could be a cool stealth section, but it's not. You just murder everyone. Like,
the worst part
Every
is they
single
give you
time
this,
that
like,
happened, I was like,
feigned-
yeah.
They like feign
Yeah.
choice on it. They're like, oh, you can do it this way, and he's like, I mean, you can't
You can
actually.
sneak, but this was very clearly not designed for that sneaking thing.
Or it's like, you can sneak, but only some of the way, and then eventually you will just have to kill some people.
Remember, speaking of just things that were actually kind of cool in the game, but they only use like once. Remember the one mission where you get to the place before the villains?
God, that
and you
part,
could like
yeah, the booby
see
trap
where they
setup
usually
thing?
park. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was actually kind of cool.
And it
Yeah.
used the whole hacker mechanic and Aiden being a smart, intelligent character, like being like, oh yes,
Yeah.
I will plan where they are and do that. That is a smart thing that me,
There was-
a high-tech hacker boy, would do, and then just no. Just
Yeah,
fuck that.
there was
Move on.
also, like, the game couldn't decide if Aiden was, like, smart and a hacker or just a fucking thug script kiddie. Like, because there are parts where it's like he's clearly not. She's clearly shown to be less intelligent than some of the villains and stuff, but he just beats them because he's, you know, he's the main character and shit like that, you know,
Damien
underdog
even
kind of
calls him
thing.
out on it. Damien's even like, "Oh, you're just
Yeah.
gonna come beat up a cripple, huh? Like that's your big plan?
Yeah.
Is find
Yeah,
the guy with the
exactly.
bum leg and kill him? Cool. Yeah, no, good plan there,
And like, I
Einstein."
totally could have gotten behind a game where instead of being this hacker genius, you were just some fucking script kiddie using other people's things. And that's like, sort of what the game is, but it never acknowledges it.
Yeah, they're always like, "Oh, Aiden,
You know?
you're so smart." Even like at the end, he's like, "Oh, well, I guess Clara's dead, so you did this. Wow, that's pretty impressive." But even then, it's not yours. It's T-Bone's. Like-
Yeah, exactly. It
Also-
feels like it sets it up to be this whole like, oh yeah, Aiden really doesn't know how much, like, know what to do with this. But the game never actually has any sort of payoff for that at all.
God, and they
Yeah,
never.
that's like the other thing is Aiden is always having to find someone else because he never actually knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and it would have been so good if they had actually played with that, but they never do because you can't make a character in these open world games who isn't Lord Jesus of everything.
Except for that one that kind of did, you know, Batman.
Never heard of it.
Batman?
Why would you want a man who's a bat?
That's the
You
dumbest.
seriously could have made
thing
a
I've ever
game that
heard.
was actually hacker Batman with like give him
Yeah.
the combat mechanic, except he can hack really good.
Yeah, imagine
That's
if
just
instead
no
of Assassin's Creed, this game had been modeled off of Arkham Asylum, but with cool, neat mechanics.
Imagine if instead of this
Cool, neat
game
hacker mechanics.
was better game.
But that's the thing, you can't help but look at Watch Dogs and think, man, what if this was actually, you know, like, what if this thing that they did was actually done in a good game?
The problem is it had like a stupid amount of potential and just shit on all of it.
I feel like they just started out with the...
Oh
bit
yeah,
off
I'm
more
sorry,
than
not
they
the
could chew.
vigilante,
I mean,
the fox. I mean, maybe
the fox, right,
Do I
the
mean
fox.
it?
Fox
I don't
man.
know. Do I? Who knows what I mean? Fucking
Watch
watchdog
Fox.
sure is. Yeah, watch fox. What? That doesn't work.
Oh yeah, we'll be the watchdogs to the city. It really is, like, long before I ever even played the game, I watched the Errant Signal episode on it. So, like, going over everything was sort of always colored by that. But he basically has it perfect, that it's like, this game talks as if it has a point it wants to make, but it never actually comes close to actually making that
Well,
point.
again, it's a case of it was Ubisoft, and they clearly were so committed up. They couldn't make any bold points. That would never
Exactly.
fly.
Yeah, this was never going to be any sort of like statement game, but it's like it's doing this in a genre. It's doing this like with the promise that it is going to be some sort of statement thing. And like at the heart of it, there's always going to be that like dichotomy between the two.
Well, and they try and do all this like political stuff because there's all this stuff like
Exactly.
Oh, the mayor is
Pay
this,
lip
and
service to
everyone's-
all of this political stuff.
God, the worst part about the paying of lip service to all that political stuff is the fact that everybody's corrupt to the point that you don't care about anyone.
Exactly. Like, it's never much of a hit when you learn that the mayor is corrupt, because you have literally spent the last, like, every moment of this game with every single person being an unrepentant piece of shit. And it's like, oh, the mayor is. I guess that's okay. Was he in this game?
Yeah, exactly. Like I had to like think about it. I was like, who the fuck was Lucky? For like 10 minutes, I was like, who's Lucky? I was like, oh right, the really obvious like Irish mob.
Yeah, the old guy who showed up once.
Yeah.
The like before he became relevant, and he did a bad thing so that you would know that he was evil and badass.
Lucky Charms, Aiden Pierce. It's me. I'm a boss.
It's me, Lucky O'Quinn.
I guess the mob is Irish or whatever. Even I don't know.
I just murdered a man in cold blood just so you should know I was evil, don't you know?
Chicago history, yeah, what the? Also, I like how this one haunted painting is so shitty at being a haunted painting. It's like sitting on top of the bookcase. Like it's got its layering wrong. I'm not evil.
Yeah, I always loved the ones like that in the little slip ups.
It's one of those things that really does.
Like, good job painting.
Again, there's like something not working in a way that's kind of charming and fun, as opposed to
exactly.
As
opposed to Watch Dogs.
We went over, like Vickers, you mentioned it very briefly, but fucking all of Chapter 2.
Wait, is that Bedbug chapter?
Yeah, that's the whole bedbug chapter. It's like, okay, I can't get into Iraq's fortress because it's so heavily guarded, so I need to get somebody on the inside. And like, I don't like Iraq because he does bad stuff to my family. So instead, I'm gonna blackmail this man.
Fuck up his fam, like.
Yeah, I'm gonna blackmail this man who's like clearly trying to do something. He's like trying to get ahead in the world, and he's like talking to his grandma and shit. Bedbug is more of a sympathetic character than Aiden Pierce ever is. Like, Bedbug has.
And I mean, if we're gonna talk about the whole projects thing, can we just get into how unbelievably racist anything like with the word gang is in this game?
Oh my god. Kill all gang members. Weird, they're all black. What's up with that?
That's fucking kind of weird, yeah. We made these gang enemies, and it'd be a shame not to use them. And it's like, oh, the projects are so bad. It's like,
but it's okay because there's a white gangster and his name's Lucky O'Quinn.
Yeah, everyone's bad in this game except like the black people are also like extremely, like you don't feel good watching any of the Viceroy related scenes.
But I digress. So, Chapter 2 is about half that game.
Yeah, there's that too. This whole ultimately inconsequential shit of breaking into Iraq's place just to see what he has, like nothing else. Just to like take a look.
Bedbug goes in, fails, and then you just storm the place yourself anyway.
We could have done this the whole fucking time.
And it's really not that much of a problem either. That's kind of like the worst part. He's just kind of like, he's like, oh, this is going to be an impossible storming. And then he's like, oh, okay, actually, I'm done. It wasn't that bad.
I just murdered everyone.
All right.
Instead of like using
By the way, Rogue Legacy,
actual,
good thing about it. Time for a fun run, kids. We're going to go to the place I should not be yet. What is this first room?
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, have fun. It's dark.
Oops.
Oh, shit.
I died. I was also playing. I was playing the weakest class in the whole game. By the way, that was a minor.
Oh, you're the.
Oh God, I didn't even notice that you were playing fucking minor. Nice.
It's quite good. God, I love this game. This game is so good. It's so unique and fresh and fun and so not Watch Dogs.
Incredibly not Watch Dogs.
So
you could have done something
not Watch Dogs.
Fun with the sneak in mission. Like it could have been like, oh well, this place is really heavily guarded, so I have to like black out the entire place. So you're going through with dudes with flashlights and shit and all that crap.
Yeah, I also like.
I love how much they give you these like super ridiculously overpowered power-ups on like the assumption that you're going to forget them, but then if you do not forget them, It just breaks the game every time you can use them. Like,
Oh,
that one
you are-
just killed me.
You're,
It's
you're
Chip
talking
being
about
like,
actual blackout.
yeah, Chip being like, oh, so this part you can just completely chump it. How? But just using the thing that turns off everyone. What? Yeah, just leave and it's super powerful. Just like, they're done. They can't do anything. Oh.
Oh yeah, and I also, like, I kind of like the idea of Iraq as, like, you know, technologically building up this downtrodden area kind of thing, but the game just treated it so meh. It's sort of just there, and they never did anything interesting at all with it. Oh yeah, why was Iraq a veteran? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
So
that had
that he
nothing
could
to do
like
with
talk about the
anything.
war when he was in his battle suit. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
is
so
that?
I feel like someone came up.
You forgot about the
I
battle
feel like
suit?
someone came up with the name Iraq long before anything like with the character came to be. You know?
Absolutely. That's not even a question. That's just a.
Oh, you got the afraid of chickens
Yeah,
power.
I got electrophobia or whatever it is. What is it called? Electorophobia. Afraid of chickens. So whenever a chicken spawns. Oh, yeah, by the
Electoral
way,
phobia. of
you can
Donald
see
Trump.
enemy stats on screen
Yep.
if you want.
Just pause the game.
But yeah, if you have the
Yep.
chicken fear, it makes chickens spawn as enemies that do like no damage. It's really not that bad, except for like the one time it comes up and you are just not at all ready for it, and it catches you entirely off guard.
Yeah,
and
when it comes up in the middle of a crowded room where instead of healing, suddenly you're being knocked back into a group of enemies.
yeah, and you're like, finally a chicken, and then you're like, oh no, a chicken. It's just like there will eventually
Pretty
be
much.
a beautiful, very tiny reversal of fortune, which is all it takes in this
Yeah,
game sometimes.
and it's exactly what makes this game so good. Taking these situations that you were now so used to, and suddenly turning them into something completely different.
Ooh, Skyrune's pretty good too. Skyrune is the weird one. Skyrune, the one I just picked up, is,
That lets you like float and shit.
it gives you like a short-term flight, which is great
Right.
if you stack a bunch of them, but it's also
Yeah,
really
and then you just
strange to
float around the
use.
level and murder things.
But God, it is hard to use. And there's like a class you can unlock
Yeah.
at the very end that has like infinite of them, but the class is
That
actually really
literally
terrible.
just does that.
Yeah, like that's
Yep.
their big gimmick. But they have to fire on like recharging MP and stuff, and it ends up not
Yep.
working out because they didn't want to break it.
Yeah, it never works as well as you think it would.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit, being
What's-
a dragon, that sounds awesome. And then it's like, oh wait, actually, this kind of fucking sucks. Like,
This is really terrible, and I hate this.
What's the trait that makes you like think you see enemies?
oh God, is that
Ooh, that one is fucked up.
is that paranoia or something? I don't remember what it is. but
It's like something like that. It's something like paranoia.
or Alzheimer's.
or schizophrenia, it might be another one. There's like a couple.
Alzheimer's is you can't see the map. I
Alzheimer's
thought.
is you forget the map. Yeah, you can't ever pull up the map.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so yeah, the thing about Jordy, I
Dementia.
really fucking hate.
Dementia. That's.
I
what it
really
is,
fucking
yeah.
hate how Jordy is supposed to be this like foil to Aiden, where it's like, wow, this guy's fucked up. Aiden really meets with some shady characters, but like the way that you are essentially forced to play Aiden in this game is a fucking psychopath. Like
Yeah,
at least Jordy
also,
is
Jordy does
having
jokes.
fun.
Yeah, Jordy makes jokes
Yeah.
occasionally. He has fun. He laughs.
Yeah, Aiden is just dark and serious and also like fucked up.
Like Jordy
And
gives
it
off
is
the
it is
whole-
absolutely it's absolutely supposed to be this thing where Jordy is supposed to be the really dark, gritty, messed up one to give you a side that shows like, you know, Aiden's kind of a bad guy, but he has morals, he has standards. But it's like, no, he's fucking working with Jordy, and Jordy is much more fun to be around anyway.
Yeah,
I
that's
actually had
the
forgotten.
killer. Is that Jordy
Until
is
you
so
mentioned-
much more fun. Jordy, like,
Yeah.
Jordy feels like, as opposed to Aiden, who just feels like a fucking lunatic, Jordy feels like someone who's like
Yeah.
trying to deal with the situation, and he just happens to diffuse how shitty everything is with humor. Whereas Aiden just
Yeah.
feels like a fucking asshole, like an unrepentant
The
fucker.
entire time.
Yeah, like Aiden
Like,
is
holy
just-
shit, Aiden.
He's never good.
Every one of your solutions has been bad, Aiden. Every one.
I had actually forgotten until you mentioned that, but Jordy is actually the best privacy invasion.
Oh, right! That one where he just fucking shows up!
The one
That
where
was
it's like
actually
you
a
hack in,
good privacy invasion.
you hack in and you expect to see like, I don't know, a man and a prostitute, and instead it's Jordy trying to cover up a murder.
Yeah, like, that was actually really good and clever, and I'm sure that no one in any sort of position of power came up with that. There's so many little, like, truly interesting moments in this game. And, like, none of them come together.
God, I'm between a rock and a really unbelievably shitty place.
Oh, God.
Oh boy, this sure is piss.
Literally a rock.
All right, let's try downstairs. Woo! Please be a chicken. Oh, I almost got murdered by that chicken. That was almost real bad. Oh, I want what's in this chest. Oh, fuck. Just jumping up, I got hurt. Oh, this is piss. But yeah, no, Jordy at least is like fun. Jordy's like, man, it's pretty fucked up what we do, right, Aiden? Just like kills people, and he's like, yeah, that's fucking crazy. I should get a different job.
Yeah.
It's just
And like
It really is, like, just...
would have more of an impact if every single one wasn't the worst thing ever.
Yeah. Yeah. The
there's-
whole privacy invasion thing also, like, it could have been interesting if you just saw people doing normal things. Like, have you ever considered that? Like, how much freakier it would be if the game wasn't trying to go all edgelord on you?
So I picked a character with the trait of hypochondriac because it's one of my favorites. As far as being a really dumb joke that they just completely ran away with and let go hog, and it's really funny to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you.
Trying to remember which one that is.
Hypochondriac. It's pretty great. The description is you tend to exaggerate.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah, we'll
I
see
love that one.
we'll see. We'll see that.
Yes, that one.
Oh
was pretty
wow! I
great.
took 1,800 damage. The damage numbers off you are just always like 10 times whatever it's supposed to be. It's just some ludicrous ass.
Imagine a game where all of the humor comes so, like, you know, tiny and interesting, as opposed to a game where all of the humor is
Very
oh man, you remember
billboard.
that
Wow.
meme? I heard the kids these days like their memeing.
Time to meme. Also, I
Time.
forgot I have abilities, and this ability is actually pretty good. He uses a lot of skill though, or a lot of magic to play as the fart man.
Yeah.
Me, my warrior of persistent
Hidden
toot.
fart man.
Yeah, hidden fart man, fart dragon. Oh God! By the way, here's the worst things.
Are we just gonna do an itemized list?
These fucking
no.
these mini games.
Oh,
They
right.
always kick my
this
shit
game.
in.
Yes.
I'm so bad at these fucking
Yes.
things.
Yeah, I have beaten most of these video games, like most of these mini games, once, and that's really the key word here.
1, 2, 3,
once.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, gotta clear all these. Here we go. Oh, I lose.
Yep.
Guess you don't want the
I
prize.
don't really mind them in the game for flavor.
Bitch. I did. Want
I don't
the
really
prize.
mind that these things exist in the game, but it is like,
Well, they're really hard, is the thing. So it's like,
yeah.
if you find one, you're like, okay, I can get a big prize here, and then you just never do.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. They make you feel like you're getting the real Carney experience.
yeah,
You
yeah.
still got 400 gold.
Yeah, I think they patched that over because it used to be you got nothing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
used to
remember
very
that.
much be nothing, and I think you actually used to even have to like pay part of your goal was there was like a gambling one.
Yeah, that was the gambling one, but I do remember you basically got nothing
No, you
if
just
you didn't get those
nothing.
things perfect.
Yeah, it was really depressing. So I guess now it's just
Oh,
like, hey,
geez,
you got
what-
Oh, yeah.
these.
I know that this has become really just like the touch point for the game as a whole, but I I really hope whoever decided to call it Aiden's iconic cap was fired. Just straight up fired.
Aiden's iconic cap.
Aiden's iconic cap. It is a black cap with a black icon on the cap
of a game that is
it's
not
iconic.
out yet. It does not exist. It has not
Yeah,
existed.
for a character who doesn't exist in a game that does not exist, pre-order to get his motherfucking iconic cap.
I'm happy I just had to type in iconic cap.
And you'll get it just instantly.
By the way, Quantum
In fact-
Translocator, horribly underrated, super good actually. Just allows you to just leave random enemies half the time.
See you later, shitlord.
Oh god,
Yeah,
that was
and
the
like-
icon at the end. I didn't even put that together. That it
Did you put
ended.
together
Yes,
that it's a
yes,
box?
it is Aiden's cap. It's been on his hat the entire game, but you can't see it because it's black on black. Because Aiden's whole point is that he's not supposed to be noticeable. So his cap is like anti-iconic to begin with.
And also, it doesn't help that it looks like the whole idea is it's like an anarchy logo mixed with a dog. I think that's what they were going for.
It's an anarchy logo that is also the fox.
Oh yeah, the fox. Oh no, I'm sorry, the fox, which he is.
Yeah, the fox.
Definitely.
The Aiden, the fox.
I'm sorry, he's the vigilant.
Oh my
vigilant.
god.
Yeah, it is literally the hat on his head, the whole game. But you
No.
don't see it because it is the same stitching.
I need to see this. Regular hat. That is the first result. That isn't even like one of those I search for something and then type something. That is actually the first result.
Wait for just
Regular.
regular hat gives you Aiden's hat. Are you serious?
No,
No,
it gives you
it's Aiden's hat without the
symbol.
stitching.
Oh my god.
It is like the exact same hat.
How fucking basic can one human being be? Well, it takes a team, but here they are.
It's almost like a meta joke. It's almost like a meta joke, but I'm not willing to give the game that much credit.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if you typed into Google like top 25 memes, if you would get all the ones on the billboards.
God, I bet if you put top 25 most basic ass hats, you'd get all of his. Like, it's fucking God, all of his coats too. Can we talk about his coats and how they're a disaster?
His fucking codes.
I love too that like they found like
Hold
Ironicus and
up.
Chip were just like, oh, you know, this one just kind of looks like, you know, kind of an ugly hat, whatever, or an ugly coat,
Like a
you know, no
fucking
big
couch
deal.
pattern.
Yeah, it's like an ugly couch pattern. Okay, it's hideous, but I guess it's not super try-hardy at the very least. It's just really bad. And then they look closer and no, it's bits. It's binary.
Lines of code. Isn't it like lines of C or some shit?
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's actual code. I'm trying to find a picture.
I am betting that it is Linux kernel, because that's just like the thing that people put on if they want generic C code. And like, I cannot imagine someone putting any effort into this.
You mean like you can't imagine? You mean all of Watch Dogs or just the code?
There are individual small parts of Watch Dogs that someone clearly put effort in, but
Like
they were also
Spider
not
Tank?
someone in any sort of
Or the
power.
hilarious voice acting for the
yeah,
bouncy
like
trip?
Spider Tank.
The bouncy trip game. Holy shit! Holy fucking shit! I'm
Fucking
flying.
bouncy flower shit.
Ooh.
See, like, and that's the other thing. If there was a person actually in charge of the way this game worked, the fucking digital trips would be something like, there'd be a point of no return before the story got all dark and serious shit, where you would not be able to do the digital trips anymore. Because it's like, the game is going for a thing, let the game do a thing. I'm okay with the game cutting me off from some content for the sake of them setting a mood or doing a moment.
Okay,
Watch Dogs was not capable of doing that.
Oh my god, help, I'm stuck in a loop. I need to escape. Help, I have trapped myself.
RIP.
Found a closed loop part of the map.
Wait a minute, I think... Nope, I didn't find it, but I found a couple of the choice ones. Here we go.
Oh, the good memes?
No, of the good outfits.
The good coats.
Did you get PP coat?
The hot coat memes.
The hot coat memes. Hey, do you guys, or I don't know, I'm just not sure because the squats meme. Fucking squats meme. What's the squats meme? Oh, you know, where doing squats makes you shorter. Well, yeah, only until you stand back up. Only until you finish the rep, I think was the exact wording. Squats make you shorter? Well, until you finish the rep. Also, here's the second boss. I somehow have been just dodging this second boss for like ever.
Yeah, just keep going. There's more area to explore, of course.
Like I said,
I
this game's
somehow
pretty chill.
fallen across a Watch Dogs blog. The only other game talked about on this blog, Lords of the Fallen.
Oh my god. Is it just called the basic blog? Is it the blog of boredom? World's most boring blog. So I'm in a bad spot for this boss because the way to make this boss like super easy is if you can kill his little dudes in one hit, like you're set. This is cake. Which is why the shinobi is so good for this part. But if you cannot, this boss becomes a severe pain in the ass. Also, I should have used my
immediately turns into bullet hell.
Oh no, I've played this game like 100 times. I just am thinking about Watch Dogs, which is critically affecting my gaming skill.
Yeah, this is literally a game that we can play while shitting on Watch Dogs.
Yeah. I wanted to play this game. I wanted to play a game that was good while I worked all of the Watch Dogs out of my system.
But there's just so much to work out.
So the real question is, do you think in this Aiden Pierce figure that phone is actually glowing?
I mean, yes. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, there's like no question in my mind. Definitely. That is definitely a light up phone.
Oh yeah, and then there was the whole, like, the last mission, Chicago's in chaos, you take down CTOS, there is blood on your hands, as T-Bone makes readily apparent, but, like, there's absolutely no weight to anything that's going on in any of this. You know? Like, you're in this big thing, and it's supposed to be the whole game coming to a head, but it's like, Chip literally cut out half of the mission because of how boring and tedious it was.
It's so bad. Like, I thought when, because we were talking to the Discord and Jordan had mentioned, he's like, yeah, when it said, you know, go hit 3 points or whatever, I was just like, I wanted to die. I was like, yeah, no, that was really bad. And I thought he was talking about earlier in the game, but no, that was the last.
It was actually the final mission.
It is the most blue ballin' shit I have ever seen. That is just amazing. Like, you're walking up to the final boss of the game, and you're like, yes, finally, the encounter, a good boss fight, you know, it'll all be over. And then,
yeah, you
just kidding.
You literally walk up to this big thing to be like, we can shut him down, we can figure out where he is, and it's like, nah, we gotta go over the map. I mean, granted, I feel like this sort of gets at a problem that, like, the whole Ubisoft open world model has had for the longest time.
What do you mean, how even...
It's really hard to make a compelling boss fight. Like, think of the objectively best ending to an Assassin's Creed game. It's punching the Pope.
Yep.
Gameplay-wise, it's not interesting, it's only fucking hilarious because you are in a fist fight with the Pope.
In fact, the fight itself is fucking terrible. Like, the best way to chump that fight is just to take off all your weapons, grab him, and just headbutt the Pope repeatedly for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
But it's literally like an awful, awful boss fight experience. But like, none of the core mechanics in Watch Dogs, in Assassin's Creed, lend themselves to a quote-unquote boss fight, but they just keep making these sorts of epic confrontations because, like, video games haven't figured out how to end on something that isn't a final boss fight, you know?
Like, I can think of, too, like, the thing I would be kind of okay with, but they couldn't put it in for fear of ending on a puzzle, which people would hate, is, like, have a thing that's, like, a mixture of like gunplay and then occasionally like having to puzzle like something. Like,
well, this was almost what that was. Remember, you had to solve a giant, awful hacking puzzle that Chip cut out literally 100% of the time in the game. And then you would also, like, the gunplay had very much stopped by the time that you got to that one part. Well, it was very much like, you know, you put away the gunplay box and pull out the hacking box. And it's, again, a problem that open worlds have in general, but that entire last mission, like, just had that on display.
Well, a lot of it, too, is, like, content inflation. And the whole need of, like, we need to have 700 hours of content. It's like, wait, do we? Like, why?
Yeah.
Just, no, we do.
Let's just have
mandatory
the most
minimum.
shallow possible mechanics. Because we need to fill time.
It is seriously the most mandatory minimum.
So
shit.
much of Watch Dogs is filling time.
Well, like, oh god, especially because shit, bless his soul, getting all the collectibles. Like, I'm sorry. Like, did you? How many collectibles did you just say? Like audio logs and this other thing? And what the? Why? Like, it was just
audio logs and audio logs and audio logs. Oh, and audio logs
and murderer audio logs. Which, well, you like how that murderer story?
Serial killer audio.
Yeah, the serial killer story that.
Well, let's be all.
Well, he's crazy. The end.
That's he's just a crazy person.
He's crazy.
He's just a crazy person.
What if I told you there were like 50 outfits in this game?
I would 100% believe you, because there is probably someone whose entire job was just to make recolors of the same outfit for Aiden.
I'm trying to find the code outfit, but I give up.
There's just too many.
I mean, there's a better hill to die on
overwhelmed.
than finding the PP couch, the code PP couch. Like, if you're gonna die for gaming, make it something better than the piss couch, man.
Welcome to the Coding Couch, my new favorite YouTube game series.
I'm gonna run into a wizard and die.
Podcast.
Rest in peace,
Right?
Jenny the Second. I just fucking face planted into a wizard. Rest in peace. All right, Sir Darwin. I almost said Sir Dawkins. And I was gonna be like, Sir Dawkins, let's go get the honey. Here comes honey boy.
Oh, somebody, God bless their soul, apparently found it.
Thanks.
Rustic? It's fucking called Rustic?
Rustic, my rustic couch. Holy shit.
Oh god, I could honestly continue raving about
How
Watch
could
Dogs
Watch
for another 2 hours.
Dogs be improved? God.
A good main character.
By being a completely different game, by being like 5 or 6 different games,
God.
worked on by the same total number of people that all did completely different things that were completely unrelated from each other. Like, just fucking scrap everything in Watch Dogs. None of it is necessary.
Like, Watch Dogs, my biggest thing is it kind of gets at there's this big problem, and it's a problem in a lot of development of all things, not just games. It's been a pretty classical problem forever.
Yeah.
Like, people have seriously studied the shit out of this concept, and it is how much overhead does it cost to put more people on a project, and like, when does the
Mythical
time...
Man Month?
Yeah, the Mythical Man Month. It's like, there are books about this shit of, is it actually worth just lobbing another person on this, or are we going to end up paying more, you know, resource and quality-wise?
Spending more time.
And spending more money, more resources, having more people? Like, is it going to end up screwing us over if we just, like, keep trying to throw people and money at a project? And no one at Ubisoft has read that book. Like, just nobody. Nobody's familiar with the concept.
I cannot imagine anyone has ever heard the name Frank Brooks. Like, because Watch Dogs is exactly that.
What is
it's just
that?
a set of scope. What the fuck is that?
Yo, don't show my don't show my paintball uniform from when I was in middle school.
Anyway, I have to go because anime night is about to start.
Oh, that's true.
I will probably just continue to rave about. Watch Dogs no matter what anime is on. So I will see you guys later. Fuck Watch Dogs.
Fuck Watch Dogs. Holy shit! I was like, man, I'm gonna have a really good night. I'm really excited. The Witness is out tomorrow, which I'm super hyped for. Especially because now a bunch of good opinion havers have been like saying, yo, 10 out of 10, including Video Gamer, who did a really good job of not spoiling it. And also saying, like, okay, it doesn't look that impressive when you look at it and watch it because it looks like just kind of basic puzzles. But when you play it, it's like absolutely insane the way everything is constructed and really intelligently put together. And the way it teaches you and introduces you to concepts. And it just sounds like a thing I'm way into. And also their fear of spoilers and everything. And some people are even saying, like, and this is one of those things that get thrown around a lot, obviously, but they're like, it might actually legitimately be a major game of the year contender, which is like, you know, it could that happens. You can have really good games come out in January. And it was Jonathan Blow, if you don't know, who did Braid, but more importantly, did Braid 7 years ago and has been working on this for 6 years. And people like said too, at first you might look at it and be like, man, this is really simplistic for something he's been working on for 6 years, but the care that went into it is apparently very, very, very apparent. Also, this fairy chest.
All I know is it got a 5 out of 5 on Giant Bomb, home of the good opinion havers of video games.
Wow, Giant Bomb too. I was gonna say, oh no. So the worst thing that can happen in this particular fairy room is you get to the top and almost finish it, because then you have to fall back down. Yeah, no, Giant Bomb, then they gave it a 5 out of 5. I know Jeff Gerstmann was talking about how he couldn't stop thinking about it. Video Gamer TV, other notorious, generally good opinion havers, and also vicious opinion havers. One reason I like them, I like any critical site that's willing to be like, this is bad. Like, that's one reason Giant Bomb gets so much respect from me is Fallout 4. They rated as most disappointing game of the year, which... I think they were the only people who were willing to say, like, this actually isn't good. Like, after playing it forever, this kind of is bad. Thank you. But Video Gamer, they gave it a 10 out of 10. And even the other people who, like, weren't the reviewers but had played it, like, Miller, they just mentioned, like, he's like, yeah, he's like, I wouldn't say it's the greatest game I've ever played, which the other guy did. He's like, this might be the best game I've ever played. He's like, but it is amazing, and I can't stop thinking about it, and I'm like 200 puzzles in, and my brain is just constantly trying to figure it out. And Burns showed, like, a Vine, I think it was, of the guy who was reviewing it had cut out, like, puzzle pieces in actual paper and was trying to see if that would help him solve some of the puzzles. Which is so inconceivably my shit, because that's, like, how I was with Fez, which, again, you know, say take it how you will as far as, you know, what's his butt being a cock, but Fez is a really fucking good game, you know, whether or not you like or hate that guy, Phil whatever Fish, I can't even remember his fucking name because I don't care.
Phil Fish. Yeah,
but holy shit, like, Fez was one of the few games, and I think of myself, you know, like, I was a fairly smart guy without tooting my own horn, but man, I was sitting there fucking racking my brain like crazy because of that game, and I loved it. It was so good.
Yeah, by the way, it should be prefaced with the Giant Bomb Fallout 4 stuff. They are not haters of the Fallout 4 series. I was listening to old Giant Bomb podcasts. They literally talked about Fallout 3 for like 6 months.
Yeah.
It's like, there would be a Fallout 3, like, part is like, what have you been playing? Oh, I picked up Fallout 3 again. Oh yeah, okay, cool. It's like for 6 months on the old podcast.
Well, that's how I feel too. It's because, like, 3 I liked a lot, but you know, I felt like it had some significant problems. But Fallout New Vegas is one of my favorite games still. Like, despite its utter jankiness and like a lot of problems needing to be fixed with mods. Fuck, I played it on 360, so I didn't even have mods or anything. But I loved it, despite all of its flaws. I love them, I embrace them. But, God, it's just, there's no soul in 4, and it kills me. But, yeah, so really looking forward to The Witness. The Witness looks amazing, and it looks really pretty. And I didn't even realize when I was going through, I can't remember what game developer it was, but they were doing design documentation about accessibility. In games, which I know this is a weird thing to be like, I have a passion for this thing, but I have a legitimate passion for accessibility in game design. Like, I think it's just a really cool thing. I have a couple friends who have trouble playing some games. I probably will soon because I have lost feeling in some of my hand, and like, it's just a thing that's gonna happen. I've kind of accepted, and I have some pain stuff. So like stuff like that, or the one they were talking about in this case was color blindness, and someone had made a system in Unity of filters that as closely as possible replicated like what would be missing from someone with color blindness, so that you could better emulate, you know, and like check your game and be like, okay, could someone who's colorblind play this game? And the goal is never have anything in your game represented solely through color, because that's just bad design. Like you could just screw somebody over real bad and make your game unplayable for someone. But the, you know, alternative is like look through too and make sure like something, it could be something really minor you don't notice. Like there's something that's like kind of hinted at via color that could be figured out some other way, but that's like the way it's built in. So they made some filters that replicate it so that people can test it. And it's really cool, and they showed examples of it, and it's just, it was a super neat thing to be like, oh, this is a beautiful autumn scene, and it's like, here's what it might look like with color blindness. I'm like, holy shit, I would not get that at all. And it like made this one area just like you couldn't see what was happening at all when you lost colors. So it was pretty cool.
Good and interesting example of that I saw recently, specifically yesterday, was the color filters on Downwell.
Yeah.
Which made that game unplayable, because it's like, how are you supposed to see the red stuff that kills you?
Yup. There's some that are really tough, and yeah, there's just so many good things in general in like game design stuff that if you read through a lot of documentation, someone who posts a lot of stuff about that, who's really forward and up and ahead, and generally the person I would say with, even though I disagree with a lot of his choices of designing a game, I'd say in my opinion he's probably one of the most important and forward-thinking people in games. Rami Ismail, who I know I talk about all the time, like, oh, you know who's pretty good about games? Rami. But I'm still right. But yeah, he tweets a lot about that stuff and all that. But they were using example images from The Witness, and I didn't even know. But those beautiful scenes that I was looking at with different color palettes. And I was like, man, what game is this? This is really pretty. And then someone's like, yeah, that's The Witness. I was like, fuck yeah! I can't wait. And Simon Miller specifically said, I hated Braid. I thought it was indie, trite, wankery rubbish, but I love The Witness. So I was like, ah, good, okay, cool. Because that was oddly important to me, that someone who hates Braid likes The Witness. But yeah, I haven't had a really good puzzle game that felt right to me in ages, so I'm quite excited.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't been keeping up with The Witness at all. I just knew there was a game that existed from John Blow. And then today, there has been so much talk about it, and so much positive talk. I pretty much went, maybe I should look into it tomorrow.
Yeah, for me, it was a case of like, I was like, oh man, you know, I kind of had forgotten about it and put it on the back burner because I knew it was going to be a while. Luckily, it was 6 years, so I was not wrong, or 7 years since Braid came out. But I was like, oh, cool. And then someone mentioned, they're like, yeah, hey, The Witness is coming out in like 2 weeks. I was like, excuse me? Just, yeah.
Do we know pricing on it?
$40. $40 USD, or I think 30 pounds?
Not bad.
Which, again, some people, you know, were like, oh, it's made by an indie developer, which is really a stupid opinion to have. It's like, oh, did you know this guy once worked on a free game? Well, I guess all of his games forever have to be free now. Like, what? No, shut up. And apparently, yeah, it's like, people have been playing it for like over 20, they played it for like 20 hours, and they're like, yeah, I don't even think I'm halfway done. And 100%ing it can take like upwards of 80. Obviously, some of this is dependent on how good you are at puzzle.
If I said that, I would immediately say, fuck you. This guy pretty much legitimized download games on consoles.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is even if you don't like Braid as a game, as far as like game culture and market environment, it was super important. It's like how even if you don't like the music the Beatles made, they're an important cultural touchstone for music, just, you know, for games and a market shift. Same way as fucking Soulja Boy. Guess what, motherfucker? Soulja Boy mattered. Get on it. You know who legitimized music downloads and being able to, like, go on your own without a publisher and still make money? Fucking Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy would have made no money if he had a publisher. He would have made jack and shit being a one-hit wonder. But you know what? Instead, he was rich as fuck. And on that note, I think I'm going to go watch Anime Night. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. But yeah, Watch Dogs sucks. Final opinion on Watch Dogs, a summary. Let me just pull this up real quick as a quick summary.
I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. Swag. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts.
That's how I feel about it.
I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts.
Over to you, buddy.
I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. Swag. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. I'm so